Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Just to let you know that my sons
Speak up so that all may hear you.
Yeah, my sons who are in Spain are also very excited that I'm here
All right.
today. I want to ask you a question about what generates the Earth's magnetic field and why do the poles drift and eventually flip?
The molten core. The spinning of the Earth around the molten core, around the solid core, generates an electromagnetic field. But there are fluctuations in the field. There are cycles and perturbations of resonance within the field that have natural cycles of moving around.
So, what's the time span of the natural cycle?
It depends on certain things, give or take. You will find that it can be several 100,000 years.
And what is the duration of the actual flipping of the poles once they start drifting?
It's not an absolute. It can vary depending upon many other factors. It has been from time to time as quick as 24 hours. Sometimes it has taken what you would call months, even years.
And when that does happen in a time span of 24 hours, what happens to the Earth itself? I mean,
It depends upon what exists upon the Earth at that time, because there can be certain effects that will happen to what you would call plant life, animal life, human life, so on and so forth. Depending upon the level of your technology, that may also be affected. It depends.
So what causes those effects?
The idea of interference patterns within the shifting electromagnetic field can cause shifts within the electromagnetic fields of living organisms and also electronic equipment.
Okay, thank you.
Does that help you?
Mm-hmm.
Are you afraid?
No.
All right. Why not?
Just curious.
Oh, all right.
One more question.
Yes.
Yeah. I just need some clarification on reincarnation
Yes.
from the our Earth linear time perspective.
Yes. It appears to be that you have reincarnation from the linear perspective. It's real as an experience from the linear perspective, but as a description of the mechanism, it's not accurate because everything exists all at once. So the structure, all lives, all experiences exist right now, but you can see them, you can view them, you can experience them as if they happened one after another.
So if they do happen one after another as
they
we
don't
see them,
happen one after another. You can make it seem as if they do, but they don't actually. That's just an experience of the structure from a certain perspective. The structure is that everything exists now. Therefore, what you're experiencing is in your present life, you are making energetic and informational connections to other lives that exist right now, but you interpret those connections as a memory because you're looking at those connections from a linear space-time perspective. But that's an illusion. But it's real as an experience, but it's not real as a description of the mechanism. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's similar to the idea of your film strip. Yeah. When you view a movie, you can shine the projector light through the different frames to create the illusion of time and change and movement and things happening one after another on the movie screen. But the projectionist knows that all the frames exist on the film strip at the same time and can look at several of them at once by holding the film strip up. And can even, if the projectionist wishes, shine the light through those frames in a completely different order that has nothing at all to do with before and now and after.
But what happens to the lives that have not yet been lived?
You're not getting it. They all exist now. They just don't seem to because you haven't gotten to that part in the movie yet from your linear perspective, but they exist right now. Just like the film strip exists, even though you might not have watched the movie yet. Just like when you're watching your television and you're watching one program, you know at the same time you're watching that program, there are dozens and dozens of other programs playing at the same time, all at once. You just don't see them because you haven't changed to that channel yet. Same thing. They all exist at once. To put it more clearly, perhaps, you never actually become those people. They exist as their own people. You're not them, they're not you. And you never will be. And they'll never be you. You are you. They are they. But you can make connections to all the beings that exist. And you make those connections from a linear time frame in such a way as to make it seem as if somebody existed long ago, somebody has yet to exist. That's just an illusionary perspective. They all exist now. Did that help?
Yeah. Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Thank you.
Can you work with that?
It will take me time.
No, if you say so. Because you're coming from a linear perspective.
Yeah.
So yes, of course, it will take you time. But when you understand it from the spirit perspective, you actually see it all at once.
Yeah.
All right?
Thank you.
So have fun.
Hello, Bashar. I want to
And
thank
good
you.
day to you.
I want to thank you for all the help and inspiration over the years.
All right. We thank you as well for the co-creation.
And I tend to rescue things.
I beg your pardon.
I rescue things, just mostly cats. I have a
Yes.
great affinity for them.
Yes.
And generally it works out pretty well. But one of the cats seemed to change very dramatically, very quickly.
Yes.
And I understand their reflection, but I was wondering if there was anything else going on, any way we could help her.
Well, in what way did the cat change?
She all of a sudden changed against the other cats. Everything had been going fine. She'd been with us for a while, but all of a sudden she didn't like cats.
Nothing in the environment changed?
No.
Are you sure?
Not that I know of.
Did one of the cats die?
No.
At any time?
No. Mm-mm. There was one cat she seemed to be more against than the others, but now it's more general. But none of the cats died. I mean, no.
One moment. Name the cat.
Maybelline.
You didn't rearrange anything in the environment?
No, not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Is it possible someone else did?
There's only 2 people living in the house, and I would think we would have noticed.
Is the other person living in the house going through some sort of an emotional process?
Not any
Who's
more
the
than
cat
usually.
closer to?
Me.
Are you about to embark on a different level of an adventure?
I'd say so. We're transitioning
From
working
what to what?
environments. We had traditional jobs, and now we're going into, but she changed before that, and now we're going into having our own business.
It doesn't matter if the cat changed before that. You understand the cats can see farther ahead than you can. You follow?
Yes.
So the cat may be acting as a barometer of changes to come, but reflecting them in a way that's not yet settled. Is there something within you that's a little unsettled about the changes that are being made?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes.
Oh, well, gee.
Mhm.
What a shock. And what is it you are unsettled about?
Well, it's like, as you said, it's a new adventure.
And
Unknown.
what about the idea that it's a new adventure has to be experienced in what you would call an unsettling or negative way?
It's jumping off into the unknown.
And what's so scary about the unknown in your definitions?
Because it's the unknown.
That's not an answer. That's a cyclic argument. What is so scary about the unknown in your definition? What's so scary about something being unknown?
It's untested, unproven,
So,
no track record.
that doesn't explain why it has to be scary. Many people would find that concept quite thrilling and exciting. That something is new and unproven, unattested. Why isn't that exciting for you? Why is it the cause for trepidation? Don't you trust yourself?
I guess not. Don't know what's going to happen.
All right. Well, what do you think the cat's reflecting?
That, I guess.
Yes. So you're holding on to the idea that if you go into the unknown, You can be surrounded by things that might not go well, that might press upon you, that might attack you, that might put you through negative experiences. Yes?
Yes.
It's unfamiliar territory, and suddenly you don't know where you stand. You're in what you call terra incognita, where everything looks new and unfamiliar, and you don't know how you relate, and you don't know how it relates to you. The cat is simply reflecting your uncertainty in this, but not just uncertainty, fear in the uncertainty. The only thing I guarantee you will ever find in the unknown is more of yourself, because that's all there is. That's all there is in your reality, is just you, different expressions of you, different reflections of you. It's the only thing that can possibly exist in the unknown. So don't be afraid of yourself. Don't be afraid of your environment. Don't be afraid of the change. It's all just going to point you in the direction of discovering more of who you are. That's what the process of life is all about. It's exciting to not know. That's how you discover something new. If it weren't for the idea that you would forget who you are, you couldn't rediscover yourself from a new perspective. Things that exist in a timeless state never change, never find anything new, never experiencing anything new, ever. That's why you create the experience of linear time, so that you can discover something new from a new perspective about yourself, which is ultimately an unchanging being. So you have to fall into the idea that change has to be a constant, and that it's okay for things to change, and it will only ever reveal to you more of what it is you actually want to discover about yourself that you don't know yet. So anything that is unfamiliar to you now will become familiar. And then you'll go toward another unfamiliarity, and another, and another, and another, because that's the process of discovery. Because change is the only constant, aside, of course, from the other four laws.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes. Yes.
Allow yourself to sit with the cat. Allow yourself to commune with the cat vibrationally, and allow yourself to feel settled into the idea that it's okay to go into the unknown, to go into uncharted waters. That's where the adventure lies. That's where the discovery will be found. Yes?
Yes.
This is a call to adventure. Look at it that way. And share that with the cat, so the cat can go on the adventure with you and you can both have some fun. And then you won't feel surrounded by the terrifying creatures that are drawn on the map. Here there be dragons. You understand?
Yes.
You're creating it to be something to be scared of. It's nothing to be scared of. It's just another version of you. All right?
Okay.
Does this help you?
Yes.